So you're selling a lot of houses, and now you think it's time to start a team, right? I mean, that's the obvious next step. At least that's what we've been told or led to believe by the current industry. After all, if you're not running a team, are you truly successful? All the big time agents have teams. Well, if you're at the point in your career where you're starting to consider building a team, this video is for you. I'm going to go over all the reasons you should or maybe shouldn't start a team. And at the end, we'll go over some alternative options to the traditional team. Okay, let's get to it. My name is David Tortellini, and I'm with eXp Realty. And this channel is dedicated to helping agents grow their business and thrive in any market. And more than anything, to help you avoid costly mistakes so you can succeed in real estate and in life. If this is your first time here, I would love it if you subscribe so you can check out all of our future videos. When your real estate business hits a certain point, and you'll know when that is, you'll start thinking about two things. How can you scale up your business? And how can you scale back your hours? While there are many ways of doing both, the popular answer to both of these questions over the past 15 years or so has been to build a team. In our minds, building a team means passive, easy income. Other agents will be out there doing the deals, and you'll just take a big chunk of each commission check. It's easy money. Or are you the agent who's working 7 days a week and you just want to get your life back? Great. Build a team, let your agents handle a bunch of your deals, and bring their own to the table. You get your time back, and you get way more money. That's how it always works. Or does it? The first thing you need to do is really think hard about why you want to start a team. What's your big motivation? Are you doing it just because you're selling a lot of houses and someone told you it was time to start a team? If so, just stop right now. You really don't even need to watch the rest of this video. There is nothing wrong with continuing to be a high-producing solo agent, no matter what anyone tells you. Just because you're a top-producing agent doesn't mean you should start a team. There's so much more to being a team leader than just whether or not you can sell a lot of houses. You have to have a desire to build something bigger than just yourself, with a mindset that you could put others in a position to succeed. If your focus is all on yourself, you will fail. Being a team leader takes sacrifice. Once you start bringing on other agents, particularly new agents, you'll quickly find out how much time and effort it takes to get them up and running. You have years of knowledge that will feel intuitive, but most agents come into the business not knowing anything. We all know real estate school doesn't prepare anyone for anything, and they'll be looking to you to train them on absolutely everything. You'll spend time on things as simple as how to open the lockbox and learning all the contract paperwork to every little facet and strategy of navigating a real estate transaction. When you're a team leader doing all this yourself, you need to be prepared for just how much this will pull you away from your normal daily activities. If you want to start a team just to boost your own ego, you'll find your team quickly leaving, and you'll end up on what we call the team hamster wheel of agent recruitment, constantly cycling agents on and off your team. Putting your team members first is the only way to create a culture that allows your agents to reach their goals, both in sales and in life. When you start a team, it can be very hard to shift from a me mentality to a we mentality. Giving your team opportunities that you would normally take, knowing you're losing money by allowing them to have those opportunities, while knowing it's the right long-term play, can be very, very challenging. Make sure you are in a financial position to possibly take one step back so you can take 2 steps forward. This leads us to the financial sacrifice. Agents generally join a team because either they're new or they're struggling as a solo agent. Their expectation is that by joining you, they're going to be able to generate business quickly. But we all know there's no guaranteed fast business in real estate. When they join your team, it's your job to help put the systems in place so they can focus their energy on income-producing activities. And of course, you want them to get that win as soon as possible. That helps show your value, but also keeps them from going broke and having to go get another job. Too many people enter the industry without sufficient savings and a full understanding of how long it can take before you start receiving a regular income from real estate. If you want your team agent to get a win early, this may mean having them help with a buyer and giving them a cut, or co-list a property, or give them an inbound referral to work that you would normally take. You may also be looking to provide leads through an online portal, whether it's pay-per-click ads for your own website or one of the big third-party sites. But that can cost a lot of money, and those leads are often a year or more out from buying, depending on the specific source. You can bleed money for quite some time until hopefully you start to see your agents convert those leads into sales. And if they don't, you'll be out quite a bit. You have to be both mentally and financially prepared for that. If you're the kind of person who's going to freak out if your team doesn't close anything right away when you're spending a lot of money, then you'll definitely want to focus on free or very low-cost lead generation sources. The time commitment to having a team is often much more than expected. A lot of team leaders, especially ones who plan on staying in full production, may not understand just how much help new agents need. For quite some time, you're going to be playing a big role in guiding them through their transactions and daily activities. You'll be answering questions at all hours, especially evenings and weekends. You'll be their shoulder to cry on when they have a horrible deal or something in their personal life comes up. You'll be who they call for all of it. Then there's taking time for training and accountability. Proper team leaders are constantly improving their skills and the skills of their team. Making time for both can be practically a full-time job. If you thought you were busy as a high-producing individual agent, just wait until you have a small team. No one is busier than an agent still in full production who is also running a small team. Eventually, you may grow to hire out many of those responsibilities, but when you're just getting started, you'll be busier than ever before. Do you love building and implementing systems? If you do, then you'll love this aspect of building a team. The best teams have systems that are ready to go that their agents can plug right into and get to work. If your business isn't structured and repeatable, you may not be able to get a newer agent off the ground just telling them to do exactly what you do. Now, they don't necessarily need to build their business the same way you did, but you will have to have a system in place that you believe in that gives them their daily tasks that will lead to success. Without this, most team agents will still feel lost and eventually look elsewhere. This includes training as well. You'll need to have fully implementable and repeatable training systems so that you can get new agents off and running as quickly as possible. If you've never really mapped out what you need to learn in order to go from, I just got my license, to closing 2, 3, 4 transactions a month, it's a lot, and you absolutely have to have that in place by the time you bring on your first agent. The best team leaders in the real estate industry are constantly spending time reviewing their finances and making sure they're getting a return on every dollar they spend. The bigger the team, the more staff, the more paid systems, the more time great team leads will spend scrutinizing their budget. It's very easy to waste a whole lot of money when you're running a team and are constantly trying to provide the latest and greatest for them. And over time, you may find yourself paying for things that no one uses or has been replaced by another system. If you're going to run a team, you need to be prepared to spend regular time budgeting, forecasting, and managing expenses. In order to manage those finances, you need to know what's working. So you'll also be spending a lot of time scrutinizing income-producing activities to know what's converting and what the return on investment is. You can't judge if something is working without excessive tracking and attention to detail. No team grows and stays together without great culture. The best teams all have agents who are buying into something bigger than themselves. They're part of a collective that they can take pride in and wear that team logo as a badge of honor. If building a strong culture isn't in your wheelhouse, it may be hard to build a sustainable team. But if you feel that you know how to bring people together, how to make them feel excited to walk into the office every day, how to keep them motivated through the ups and downs of this crazy, crazy career, then you may have what it takes to build a great team. In addition to culture, great teams have structure. They have standards that everyone is expected to abide by, and you'll have to hold yourself to those standards and then some. You have to clearly define roles within the team. You'll have to provide an expected cadence to the day. When is lead generation happening? When are team meetings? When is event planning taking place? It's your responsibility as the team leader to define when these are all happening and then hold everyone accountable for meeting the standards you've set. Defining the structure for your team also means your day is going to be much more structured than it may have been as a solo agent. While real estate will always provide some level of flexibility, you're now going to move into much more of a traditional 9-to-5 role. You can't ask your team agents to be in the office lead generating every morning from 9 to 11 if you don't wander in until 10. It's extremely important that you be there doing what you've asked from your team and more. So before you start a team, know that much of the flexibility of being a realtor does diminish. Okay, have I swayed you one way or another yet? If you've heard everything so far and you're still saying to yourself, I can do this, then awesome. Go start your team. If this maybe sounds like something that might not actually be good for you, then let's look at a couple alternative ideas. If you're looking to build leverage in your business and get some of your time back, assuming we're already past the point where you have a transaction coordinator, then look at partnering with a showing assistant. I love the showing assistant model and have seen agents use it with tremendous success. Showing houses is one of the most, possibly the most, time-consuming thing we do as realtors. There are plenty of agents out there who love showing houses, but don't love the rest of the transaction process. Hire them to show your property for you and to go to home inspections. It'll save you a ton of time, and they'll get paid to do the part they love without having to deal with the hassle of actually doing deals. And there are a bunch of ways to pay them, whether it's a salary, like a fee-for-service setup, a referral on closed deals, or some combination of the three. Whatever you can think of that they agree to and your brokerage allows. It's a great way to get countless hours back so you can focus on other higher value activities, whether those are in your business or in your personal life. Now let's say you're swamped with business and you just can't keep up with it, but you hate losing the money. Instead of bringing on a buyer's agent who is on your team, an alternative would be to just find an agent you know who does a great job, but needs more business and feed them referrals when you have overflow. There's no reason you can't get like a 50% referral in these cases, and maybe even more. And then you just need to follow up to make sure the client is getting great service. The downside is that this agent isn't on your team, so you don't get a cut of their self-generated business. But at the same time, you don't have to train or manage the agent, or really do much of anything we've talked about to this point. So it's a much simpler relationship. You still get leveraged income, and the other agent gets supplemental business. It can be a real win-win. By now, you should have an idea if you want to build a team. If you do start a team, make sure you have a vision for a pathway to success for your agents and for yourself. I was at an event recently, and there's one line I heard there that I think about every day. Agents don't need leads, they need leadership. I love that. The real question is, are you a leader? Do you wake up with a desire to help people change their lives? Do you look at what you've done in your career and say to yourself, I know I can make this happen for others too? And then do you have the skills to put it all together into repeatable systems that will allow for your agents and staff to experience success? If you said yes to all that and you finished this video more excited than ever before, then it's time for you to go start a team. Okay, thanks for watching this video. Why do you want to start a team? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear about your motivations and experiences with running teams or what alternate setups you've used in lieu of building a team. If you're looking for an incredible brokerage at which to build a team, then reach out. I can share with you more about what building a team at eXp Realty looks like. I genuinely believe it's the best brokerage in the world for teams. We've done a video in the past on how teams work at eXp, so you should check that out. And if you're interested in learning more about partnering with me at eXp, you can head to teamtortellini.com. I'll have that link in the description below. Or just grab some time with me through my Calendly link, which we'll also have down there. In the meantime, don't forget to like this video, share it with any of your friends in the industry that you think would find it helpful, and of course, subscribe to this channel. Again, my name is David Tortellini, and I'll be back soon with another video to help you thrive this year in real estate.